free flow, everything flows including dirt. So that is a myth busted.
True.
Genuine BMC air filters filter better than OEM paper filters.
Yet sending in more air.
Oh, and sends in more air.
Yeah.
Hello, long time no see. Today we are here. As you can see, it is something to do with air filters. And I have Ravi Ponnappa with me representing BMC to share more details about what are air filters and what is BMC. Ravi?
Thank you. Thank you for having me, sir.
Welcome.
So before we go directly into the BMC air filters, we first need to know that we are trying to provide a product which is going to be applied on a motorcycle or on various vehicles rather. And we need to first understand that a manufacturer has already spent lots of money to develop a good standard motorcycle or a vehicle. Okay. Now we are trying to improve it further, which is, as you know, it's a very difficult job.
So a manufacturer is limited by cost and technology,
service stat,
serviceability,
turnaround time, and all those things.
So they take it to a certain level they stop there.
Correct. And for an average layman, that's pretty good. Okay. It's really good. That's why our vehicles run for lakhs of kilometers without an issue. Okay. However, some of us feel we are not average. Yeah. we are special. So especially we love our vehicles and we would like to pamper. Right? So we'd like to have a product that is a specialty performance product, aspirational value as well. So that is where BMC comes in. BMC is used by pinnacle of motorsport, all kind of classes like Formula 1. They have won about 12 to 14 world championships in Formula 1, 6 MotoGP world championships, 6 WRC world championships, and 5 world Superbike championships. And a lot of this Volkswagen motorsport applications in India, they use BMC air filters. A lot of racing teams even in India have tested our products, and only after it was proven that there was actually gains in performance have been ordering repeatedly over the past 7 to 10 years. It's not so essentially the better airflow is because of better medium of filtration. Okay. Again, like we discussed, manufacturer is limited by the costing of the filter, because of which they use an element which basically is paper in 99% of the cases, which has limitation with respect to how many microns it can filter. Scientifically tested, BMC we use cotton, OE uses paper. In paper it filters up to 10 microns, whereas cotton can filter up to 7 microns.
Okay, so this free flow air filter filters
better than OE.
Better than the OE.
True. See, surprising, but it's a proven fact.
That's one myth busted.
Myth busted. Yeah,
the general myth is a free flow air filter. A free flow. Again, I'm using that word because that's what everybody talks. Free flow. Everything flows, including dirt. So that is a myth busted. True. Genuine BMC air filters filter better than OEM paper filters.
Yet sending in more air.
Oh, and sends in more air.
Yeah. Why how it sends in more air? Because it's cotton, and also the way it's constructed, there is higher filtration area.
More square inches.
More square inches.
For the same size of the filter, there is more square inches.
More square inches because the way it is designed.
So more air can
get inside. Now, with respect to the myth that is there in the market saying engines are getting damaged and stuff like that, this primarily happens because of lack of understanding as to how to maintain a filter. This is not a use and throw filter. This is supposed to last the vehicle's lifetime, which basically means you have to really take care of the filter. The biggest crime that you can commit when maintaining a filter is to use compressed air, compressed water, which is what most of us tend to do.
So that's what we do on the paper filter.
Paper filter.
Take the gun and blow it.
That is
put it back.
That's a big no-no. You have literally killed the filter. We have cleaning kits available in BMC, which constitutes of detergent and regeneration oil. Again, we will also be posting the video of how you clean the filter using the cleaning kit. If you do that diligently, your filter will last your vehicle's lifetime.
How would you summarize the benefits of the BMC air filter?
Well, to begin with, there is a definite performance increase, which is again dyno proven. How does the performance increase? Again, wherever possible. How does it increase? It, like we already discussed,
More
it
air.
sends in more air. But then again, just sending in more air will screw up your stoichiometric ratio, AFR ratio, which again, by simply dumping in more air on a petrol vehicle,
It's not
your
going
performance
to-
will not increase. On a diesel vehicle, yes, it will increase, but on a petrol vehicle, just by sending in more air, your performance will not increase. However, if there is an option or if there is a buffer still left in your primary ECU's program where it detects more air, and then it will compensate enough fueling to maintain the stoichiometric ratio, you will definitely see a performance increase.
So some manufacturers, some ECUs have that capacity
Correct.
to adjust for a
There will
BMC
be.
directly. There
Correct,
will be normally up to a certain extent.
Certain extent. On some vehicles it is more, some vehicles it is less.
Okay.
On a Royal Enfield, few of Royal Enfields like 350, 500, current interceptors, we have seen anywhere between 0.5 to 1 bhp increase in power.
I was running a BMC on my muddy house on my interceptor. And I didn't do any mapping. Right?
Stock.
And I had a stock ECU, BMC, and I had a free flow exhaust. There's a clear
There's a clear increase.
bump up in the acceleration and the
Correct.
top speed.
Correct. And other technical, if you really want to dig deep into technicalities, your engine is all the time trying to suck air from the environment outside. And the barrier is your air filter,
Yeah.
right? So all the time it's trying to suck in air and your filter is acting like a barrier. So certain amount of power, there's a loss in power just by trying to suck in more air. The moment you take out this air filter and put in a cotton air filter, it's like you trying to run with a paper mask versus you trying to run with a cotton mask. You reduce the stress on the engine to suck in air. Now it can concentrate more on producing power rather than sucking air from the. These
So
are all
the suction stroke becomes that
much more
fractionally easier.
free. Yeah.
Free, yeah, okay.
So these are all subtle changes, but it all adds up to giving you better throttle response. Especially what in this particular thing, what you straight away see is improved part throttle response, they call it.
Yes.
Especially on the highway when you're cruising in, and you close the throttle and then you open, you will see a big difference.
Yeah, that's where I noticed the difference on my Interceptor, and on my Himalayan also I was running BMC,
Okay.
and my X-Pulse is running BMC.
The recent, yeah.
So
You happen to be using the first BMC air filter on X-Pulse.
on X-Pulse, yeah. So that's the first one. I literally strangled him. I said I want one immediately.
First in the country. rather,
First
yeah.
in the country. So I have friends who have X-Pulses.
Okay.
So I have not modified my X-Pulse in any way in the engine. It only changed was that air
filter.
There is
Clear
little bit
difference.
of that response.
Response is better.
I don't know. I will not say measure the power output or torque. No, not talking to that. Exactly what you said. Running at a particular throttle, just feathering it, and this you do this. That fraction
initial-
of a second,
yeah,
it is able to respond faster than a
Correct.
stock
Correct.
stock field. So more the power or a more powerful motorcycles or cars can feel the change even more, right?
Correct.
Because the difference
Correct.
is
Correct.
going to be more perceptible
Correct.
than on smaller engines.
That's true. That's true.
So I'm sure BMC makes for most of the, I would say, higher capacity motorcycles in India, available
Correct.
in India.
So anything above 150cc, you can consider it is available. If it is specifically an Indian bike made only for Indian market, probably not. So primarily any performance bikes, motorcycles we do have. Like for example, this is for the new generation KTM. This is the Interceptor. This is the old generation KTM. Almost all Royal Enfields we have. This is the Meteor. This is the old classic 500. This is the Himalayan, old classic 350. So yeah, we more or less have air filters for almost all bikes. But every time there's a new launch, we then have to, if it's not an international motorcycle, the air filter and the air filter assembly is sent all the way to Italy, and then they develop it based on the airflow dynamics of the particular airbox, and only then we are able to launch it.
Maintenance kits,
Maintenance
most
kits
important,
are,
because
yes,
you said they are as good as long as the life of the vehicle.
they have the vehicle. True, that is true. We all of us use BMC air filters on our personal vehicles. We have run it for lakhs of kilometers without any issues. Again, the most important thing is to understand that these are all specialty products, and we have to treat them with a lot of care, and those air filters will never let you down. This is the detergent that I was talking about. Again, you are supplied with two nozzles as well. and this is the regeneration oil. So essentially, you poke a small pinhole, spray it on your air filter, dirty side of the air filter, allow it to soak in for about 20 minutes, rinse it with, most important, rinse it with only tap water, no pressurized water at all.
Just under the tap.
Under the tap.
Okay.
Again, maybe even half the pressure will do.
So some air filters have the dirty side on the inside, some have the dirty side on the outside.
That is something that we'll have to take care.
Okay.
We'll have to take care, and once it is rinsed, you will see all the muck going out. Leave it overnight to dry. Usually it's like your cloth, cotton cloth. It needs about 8 hours to dry. Leave it overnight, and the next day morning, again, just a pinhole, nozzle, and then you run about, for example, in this particular filter, because the length is small, every pleat in this particular length, you can use about 2 drops.
Oh, that's all?
That's all.
Okay.
2 drops. One of the other errors a lot of people do is they over oil it.
More the oil is better, right?
Better. In India, we have that culture, more is better. More is usually bad. So you do that. If your filter is long, you probably can double the.
So it permeates and spreads right through the material.
Yeah, you do that. You pull about 2 drops throughout every pleat.
Yeah.
Leave it for about 20 minutes. You will see that oil has permeated well. And then if at all you see any white areas of dryness, then you have to re-oil it. Leave it for about again half an hour, 20 minutes, and then
so basically that pink color should spread across sort of evenly. As yeah, okay.
Again, one of the important things to notice is that if this is the dirty side and this is the clean side, please remember, after this clean side you will have airflow sensor. So your oiling has to always be on the dirty side and not on the clean side. If you end up oiling on the clean side, when you install it back, if there are any lumps of oil and you start, it will go and settle on your airflow sensors, and whatever sensors are there tend to fail. Again, the blame goes on the filter. So
wash it with plain water.
Plain water, detergent.
Soak it for some time.
Correct.
Soap water is okay? Mild detergent?
You can use it. Theoretically you can use.
Yeah.
But because you don't know how strong you are going to be using, it might sometimes your detergent might be not strong enough. Sometimes you might be.
This is the
detergent. Yeah, that is true.
So apply on the dirty side.
Dirty side, rinse it, dry it overnight. Next day morning, oil it on the dirty side. Again, oil it on the dirty side, not on the clean side.
The opposite side.
Opposite side. Yeah. And then install it on a vehicle. Alright.
No blowing.
No blowing.
No brushing.
No brushing. No touching. No physical touching at all. Yeah. So essentially speaking, it's like once every 6 months. It's a weekend's job.
That's a DIY, right?
It's actually a DIY. You mentioned a little while ago that in some filters, like for example, just an example, if your dirty side is inside, and like we said, oiling has to be done inside. This is
the interceptor. The dirty side is on the inside.
Inside.
Yeah.
So here in such filters, to oil, because you cannot put the nozzle deep inside, we have regeneration oil in aerosol format. Now it becomes very easy because you can just spray and then start using it.
Very nice. Thank you, Ravi.
Thank you, sir.
I hope
thank you for having me. It was really a pleasure.
Helped educate people on the advantage, the benefit, and how to maintain and get the best life out of the engine and the air filter.
And the air filter. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Good. Thanks. See you guys.